And we've got excellent pair of guests coming up that you guys got to check out, because it's an excellent program that's being introduced now. It's called Startup Moncton. We have Debbie Collins, the founder, and we have Dale Ritchie, president of McKenzie College, but in partnership with this as well. So both of you, how are you guys doing tonight?
Great.
Yeah. Great to be
That's
here,
awesome.
Mike.
So,
Yes, thank you.
Startup Moncton. Debbie, tell us all about it. What is Startup Moncton? We'll just start there.
Startup Moncton started in about September 2017. So we're part of Startup Canada National Network, and with Startup Canada, there is, at the present time, there's 50 communities. They started in 2012 with 37 a year ago, and up to 50. So 10 of those are New Brunswick, and there's 3 more coming on here shortly. So with Startup Moncton, we have 11 partners, and we just had actually our meeting tonight, and there's probably about 20 to 30 entrepreneurs that are helping out with getting some structure, and we work with the startups with resources and mentors, education, events, and yeah.
Just kind of set it all together. And worth noting, Rogers is a major partner with Startup Canada and Startup Moncton as well. So what does that partnership look like? Startup Moncton, since it's just started with the Startup Canada, how does that framework work?
Well, McKenzie College, he is a partner, and with being a partner, they've done our banners and our posters, and they give us our meeting rooms, and so the library, they're a partner, so that's where we're doing our launch party, and O&B is a partner, and they sponsor us money-wise, because we do have a few bills. So they sponsor us money-wise and help with any events, anything that we need. Yeah.
So there's great setup here already. The infrastructure seems to be in place for at least to get off the ground for sure, which is excellent news already to start. You had mentioned that launch party. That is January the 18th, by the way, at the Moncton Public Library. You can get your tickets now. Register to get your tickets, startupmonctonlaunch.eventbrite.ca, and we'll have that up on the screen a little bit later on. Dale, we'll get to you now. Dale Ritchie, president of McKenzie College, as well as a strong partner with Startup Moncton. So how did this partnership come together?
Yeah. Well, Startup Moncton's really a grassroots organization, and I've been involved with Startup Weekends and Startup Canada, and we have a real interest as a private college to help young people with finding meaningful employment. We have a social entrepreneurship program that we're just launching as well. So it's for startups, people that want to start their own social enterprise. And so, we're involved in the ecosystem. We're one of several players on the education front. There's quite a bit of resources in Moncton for helping start a business. And so what Startup Moncton does is really help kind of synthesize some of those resources, and gives people access to some of these great programs that educational institutions have, and programs that the government is running. Also, where do you get access for funding, and how do you really go about starting a business? And part of the advantage, when you're an entrepreneur, it's kind of lonely, and so networking with other people of like minds is really important, and so people don't make the same mistakes maybe that other people have, and drawing on experience. And there's a tremendous, and Moncton has always been a very entrepreneurial community. It has been really noted for its entrepreneurs. And I've always found that successful people will help other people be successful. So we've got mentors who are willing to give back. We've been able to tap into some of the larger companies and organizations that really want to be able to help young people, make a life here and a living. In our case with social enterprises, it's really about solving a problem, a social problem, using entrepreneurial skills. And as a result, that's what a lot of young people really want to do today. So Startup Moncton is an opportunity for people to get out and to meet other people of like minds, and to kind of share their best practices.
So we'll get back, as McKenzie College is an excellent program that they're just starting up as well, and I know you know all about it, and we'll definitely get back to that in just a second. But Debbie, I also want to ask you this as well. I know you said that kind of the framework and the planning of this kind of started in September, but prior to that, was there just kind of, you noticed a need, in case of starting up Startup Moncton, in that, some more help for entrepreneurs here locally? What was the inspiration to start Startup Moncton?
Well, I started my own company, Startup Support Plus, and when I build websites, and when I was looking it up, Googling myself.
As one does.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you have to.
I come across Startup Canada, and I got reading about it, and I thought this would be great to have in Moncton for entrepreneurs and startups. So I filled out the application, and they came back and sent me another application, and that's when I started working with the partners and entrepreneurs and seeing who was interested, and so we got it all filled out, and they accepted it.
And the rest is history.
Yes.
But it sure seems like from September to now that it's been a whole ton of work on the ground to really put this all together.
Yes.
So what was some of that? I know you said you worked at getting partners, but was it just, hard to the grindstone every day, or was it kind of you had a few contacts? How was that?
Well, working with the partners and the entrepreneurs, but we also wanted to get the social media set up. So we set up the web page and LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and tried to make sure that was all come together so that when we do our launch and when working, we have the social media part is done. So yeah. And
all your ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Social media is so important now.
It is.
Especially with that stuff, that word of mouth out.
Yes.
And using that social media as well. Don't forget the launch party later this month, January the 18th. That is on Eventbrite. StartupMonctonLaunch.eventbrite.ca is still
at the Moncton Library, 5:30. Yes.
Be sure to go check it out and meet these great people and
there will
learn
be,
what Startup Moncton is all about.
Yeah, there'll be some refreshments too, and we've
Yes.
got the Pump House and Bellevos that are going to be giving us samples, so there'll be an opportunity for people to share in some of those great local resources.
Yeah, Dale Ever the salesman, because free food.
Yeah, free
you
food.
Say
Well,
food.
exactly. You say food,
Right
they'll be
there.
Yeah.
Food, 5:30, done.
Yeah.
But you do have to register for tickets, so go to that website on Eventbrite first, and you can get right in on that. Now,
Yeah.
Dale, with McKenzie College and this new social entrepreneurship program, I know this is a bit more as a start along with this Startup Moncton. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, well, it's an innovative program. It's the first of its kind that we know of in the country. It's a postgraduate program, so it's for people that really want to make a difference, start a social enterprise using entrepreneurial skills. It's based on sort of tools, skills, and the process of establishing it. So it's a year-long postgraduate program. And we're working with larger partners that would propose projects and support some of the entrepreneurs. So we have some resources. Coupled with that is also what we call the Hub Fund, and we hope to raise $1 million by next June to support some of these enterprises. So we'll provide some deal flow for this, but it'll be open to anybody that's in this southeastern New Brunswick region that wants to start a social enterprise. And the Y actually is a great social enterprise, as an example. They're a not-for-profit, but they have memberships and they have a business model that is sustainable. And so a social enterprise can be either a not-for-profit or a for-profit corporation. If they take investment from the fund, then they're going to have to be able to sell shares, so they have to be structured as a for-profit corporation. So generally, social enterprises, young people really want to make a difference in their community and solve a problem, but a lot of people don't have the skills, the business skills. Maybe they've graduated with an arts degree and they say, look, where do I start? What do I do? So the first 90 days is business skills, practical skills, and then the next 90 days is really about being able to have tools that they would use, customer relationship marketing, social media marketing, accounting. But when we teach accounting, we don't teach the double entry bookkeeping system. We teach about how to establish your accounting system, setting it up, and working so that you really understand how to read and interpret your financial statements and understand what cash flow is and what kind of money that you need. And then, of course, the third part is the actual process of establishing your business, whether or not it's going to be a for-profit or whether you're going to take on other shareholders or partners. And we also have a language school, and this has really been quite interesting for our international partners. So, young immigrants come here and they're interested in making a difference and starting a business. So it's a great opportunity to stay in a safe environment. People can use the student loan system, and there is a lot of help for graduates when they finish programs for young people when they finish their education, and it's been really helpful to sort of stay in that safe environment and work, with space that other people would find attractive and interesting. So.
So McKenzie College, that program starts very soon. You can check it out on their website. And don't forget, Startup Moncton launch.eventbrite.ca on the 18th of January. Yeah, I almost said July.
Yeah,
I
not
really
yet.
want it to be warm. I want it to be warm. But be sure to check that out, the launch party for Startup Moncton. It's awesome. Debbie and Dale, thank you guys so much.